the meaning that you give to an event is the event.
Yes, exactly.
Is the event.
What I call it is the label you put upon experience becomes experience.
Exactly, because there is no such thing as actual reality. There is only the perception of reality.
That's correct.
See, and that perception of it is an interpretation that the self makes to the self. There are only two signals. One's a signal of comfort, one is the signal of discomfort. The
Pain
signal
and
of, yes, exactly, yes. Or we say joy and suffering.
Yes.
Okay? These are the only two signals. And you tune into these signals that your body is giving out and amplify the signals of comfort and get away from the signals of discomfort. You have what is called spontaneous right action, which means the right action comes to you in every second of your existence. It's the right response to every situation as it occurs. There's a computing system out there which is far more precise, far more accurate, far more reliable than any contained in the realm of rational thought. You just have to tune in. Tune into the signals, and you have the right behavior, the right eating habits. Of course, there are guidelines, and those guidelines are something for you to corroborate your own inner experiences. Right. There's no animal in the forest who has the vaguest idea what the U.S. Surgeon General has recommended as the minimal requirement of calcium to
probably why he doesn't have loss of bone and he doesn't have cancer in the wild anyway.
Osteoporosis, yes.
Yes.
Exactly. Inner cues.
You just notice what works.
Just notice what works. Listen to the inner cues, and the body's inner intelligence is the ultimate and supreme genius. It mirrors the wisdom of the universe.
And we were likening meditation to tuning the radio dial. You know how the radio dial, you can choose a angry talk radio station, or you can choose really nice music, and our minds are like that. We can actually choose at any time what we're going to allow into our the brain, to me, is like a receiver. Our soul is there waiting for us to tune it in. And meditation is a fine-tuning device where we sit still and we tune and tune and tune until we get the most clear and still station on the dial, which is our soul.
The second state of consciousness is dreams, where you wake up from that deep sleep into a dream-like state. And you start having some experience in the dream. There's some repertoire of experience. And then when you wake up from the dream state into the third state, it's called the waking state. Now we look back on the dream and we think, oh, that was just a dream. It wasn't anything real. It was all in my head. And the Vedantist comes along and he says, so is this, all in your head. Okay, you think that there's an external world out there. It isn't. It's the projection of your own awareness. This so-called very physical world is the projection of your awareness in waking state of consciousness. And if you could wake up from this, then it would be as ephemeral, as transient, as temporal as the dream was when you were dreaming. But you woke up from the dream, and then you said, aha, that was a dream. You can wake up from this into the fourth state and say, aha, waking state, how interesting.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
I mean, you may say, well, yeah, this makes sense, but let's take a quick example. Now, this may be an unfair situation if you're in a place that you're familiar with, but let's try this right now. And if you're in a place you're familiar with, you might want to try it later on in the day when you're not familiar with something. But let's take an example here. What I want you to do right now is I'd like you, if you would, let's test the power of something. I want you to look around your room, the room you're in right now, or if you're in your car. You can look out the windows also, but I want you to notice everything you can see, and I'm only going to give you a few seconds. that is brown. Quick, look around the room. Everything you can see that's brown. Look around your car, look outside. Everything you can see is brown. Quickly, everything. Make sure you don't miss anything. Everything you see is brown. Quick, quick, quick. Okay, stop. Close your eyes. With your eyes closed now, close your eyes. If you're driving, this is difficult. Okay, so you may want to try this later as an exercise. But what I'd like you to do is close your eyes, and what I want you to do with your eyes closed now is tell me, or, since I'm not there literally, although I may be, you never know. But just for now, out loud say everything that's in this room that is green. Oh, maybe I hooked you a little bit, huh? You were waiting for brown. Tell me out loud. Come on, everything that's green. Try this. Everything in that room that's blue. Everything in the room that is white. And everything in the room that's red. And now open your eyes and look around the room and notice everything you can see in this room that's green. Come on, take a good look. Now, some of you may say, well, there's nothing in this room that's green. Look behind you there. There's something green behind you. That's right. What's blue in this room? Now, do you see a lot more green? Do you see a lot more blue now than you did the first time? Unless you're in a room you already are super familiar with. That is, you've already got a picture in your head and you know it. Like maybe it's your bedroom and you know everything. Even then, you may not have noticed everything. But if you're in a strange room or you're in a place you're not used to, what I find is 99% of the time, people see a lot more blue and green when I ask them about that specifically later on. In other words, when I ask you to focus on brown, that's what comes up. You notice mostly brown. You tend to delete a lot of the other details. Isn't that true? Now, how does that relate to life? See, a lot of people in life stare at and focus on the brown in life, the, shall we say, feces of life. And other people, they look for the green. They look for its growing. They look for what's alive. That's what you need to do. See, in life, we get whatever we focus on. Whatever you pay attention to, that's what you experience in your body instantly. Ask and you shall receive.
Because the only place that we experience fear is our ego, is our incomplete identity. All fear is a fear of the unknown. It's a fear of stepping into a place of not knowing. And laughter allows us to go beyond that. Some people would say it's almost a denial, okay? But actually it's more than that. It's giving you the ease with which to step into the unknown. And when you step into the unknown, what you discover is something very interesting. The unknown is the only place of creativity. The known is a dead prison. The known is everything that's already happened. There's no creativity there.
So we get bored because we're looking for more stimulation for the ego.
Yes,
right.
And that's right. The mind looks for more food for thought. Is not finding enough food for thought. So one very important point here is you do not need to get rid of certain thoughts. It's enough to be the awareness behind the thoughts. Then the thoughts, all the dysfunctional thoughts, lose their power. And the thoughts that remain, when you're aware, actually come out of awareness, and they tend to be more creative and empowered thoughts that are not negative.